Previously, we learned that a boy named Yuya Tenju was someone who was despised by everyone, including his own parents. The one person who loved and cared for him was his grandfather, who unfortunately died due to natural causes. Yuya was going down the street late at night, when he saw a girl being harassed by a gang of thugs, and stepped in to help her. He strolled away once the cops arrived, unfazed by the thrashing he had received. He was bullied at school after graduation, then fired from his newspaper delivery job for being late, due to the beating he had just a pack of ramen for dinner. After being struck with sadness, he angrily hits a hall near a mirror, accidentally opening up a secret room. The room contained several mystical artifacts, such as weapons, masks, and a floating red cube. Yuya's attention was directed at a door with an owl symbol on it, and decided to investigate what lays behind it. After opening the door, he learns that it's a portal to another realm, which grants him the ability to develop his stats with every level up, much like a video game. He goes outside to test the arsenal of weapons that he has acquired, upon entering the room and earning its ownership. His training, however, was interrupted by an attack of a bloody ogre that happens to be level 300. Yuya thankfully was unharmed, due to the house's barrier not authorizing anybody to trespass his property. He levels up and wins a handful of goods as well as additional points after defeating the ogre with a lance. When he's had enough of that, he decides to put the points he's earned into his attributes and return to his world. The next day, his appearance has changed completely, to the point of being unrecognizable. Yuya finds it strange, but pays it no mind. Yuya continues his training in the other world, becoming more and more interested in it, with each passing day. When his summer vacation ends, he has no choice but to return to school. Everyone is amazed at how much he has changed in just a few months. As he goes outside for a break, he is met by the girl he previously protected from the hoodlums who attempted to harm her. Kaori Hoju is how she introduces herself. She is a member of the Osei Academy's student council. Kaori informs him that she is visiting to invite him to the Osei Academy. Yuya is hesitant, reminding her that he is not an exceptional student nor does he meet the academic requirements to enter the academy. Kaori reassures him that the Osei Academy values strength of character, well over academics. After hesitating for a few moments, he accepts her invitation. Upon his arrival at the academy, he is greeted by Tsukasa Hoju, the father of Kaori Hoju. Tsukasa expresses his gratitude towards Yuya for stepping in to aid her, and welcomes him to the Osei Academy. When Yuya expresses doubts about the idea, Tsukasa reminds him that he is no different from any other student at the school, and that the fact that he has not hesitated and acted quickly demonstrates that he is fully deserving of his place at the academy. Yuya is then taken to Mrs. Sawada's class to study. He is surprised at how easy the subjects are, making it less difficult for him to integrate the school. When the class is over, Ryu Igarashi introduces himself to Yuya, inviting him to eat at the cafeteria together. They stumble upon one of Ryu's friends, Shingakuta. They start having a conversation about movies, animes, figurines, food, and so on. In the afternoon, Tsukasa is delighted after hearing that Yuya will be attending his school. Once Yuya exits the office, he finds Kaori waiting for him to accompany her home. They head over to a shopping area, where students hang out with one another after classes are over. Yuya and Kaori order ice cream cake cones from an ice cream stand nearby. They are shy at first, but start to have a good time, conversing with one another, even going as far as flirting with each other. The following scene shows Yuya realizing that the experience he earns from the creatures attacking his home provides him with little to no rewards at all, so he decides to explore the forest to hone his talents. He is completely taken aback when he finds squadrons of soldiers dead on the ground, and a level 200 elite goblin was just a few feet ahead of them. Yuya sees a girl hiding from the beast, and realizes that he has no options but to fend the beast off. Despite the beast's strength, Yuya manages to overcome it. As Yuya approaches the girl to aid her, she falls unconscious. The third episode begins with Yuya ironing his clothing and reflecting on the events of the day before. Wondering if the girl with the pink hair he has rescued previously is well, after he has left her to the knights who arrived as her reinforcements. Yuya realizes that he has been wearing the same clothes ever since he has stepped into this mysterious house. So he decides to head to the mall in order to purchase different garments. When Yuya arrives at the mall, he attracts the attention of everyone present in the mall, due to his stunning looks. The scenario then shifts to a fashion magazine producer, reprimanding a manager for not being stricter with his model, named Sho. The producer argues that he is weary of Sho, continually arriving late for shooting sessions, requiring people's schedules to be modified, due to the fact that they all have different businesses to attend to, in order to do additional shoots, since they are all specialists in their fields, and have booked work with other clients. Upset at the situation, the producer decides to look for a substitute model to make the photo shooting happen. While Yuya is looking for clothes to try on, he is approached by two girls attempting to hit on him. Nervous, and not wanting to make the girls feel bad, he informs them of the busy person he is, not having much time on his hands to spare for fun, as he leaves them stunned by his looks. When Yuya goes down the escalator to exit the mall, he catches the producer's eyes, who kindly asks Yuya if he would help them with a series of shootings with another model named Miyumito, to which Yuya gladly accepts. Despite Yuya being nervous, since it is his first time doing anything of the sort, the shooting goes splendid, thanks to Miyumito reassuring him of the fact that he is doing an amazing job for someone who has never done this before. The producer is absolutely impressed by the success of the photo shooting, and is shocked by how photogenic Yuya is. Yuya and Miyu take a brief break, during which Miyu is probed about her motivation for modeling. Miyu says that she had never grabbed her parents' attention since they were constantly absent. She always desired to be noticed by others. She understood after modeling, of her ability to make other people happy, by seeing her in a magazine, which subsequently makes her happy. Yuya admits never even dreaming of reaching anything remotely similar to this, because of the vast difference in lifestyle that exists between him and models. He goes on to thank her team for this experience, in which he recognized that modeling is a collaborative effort, rather than a model being a flawless human. Their chat is interrupted by Sho, the model that was supposed to be the one doing the shootings, but was replaced by Yuya. He disregards Yuya, and pins Miyu to the wall, flirting with her. Yuya notices that Miyu is uncomfortable, and asks Sho to leave her alone. Sho angrily throws a punch at Yuya, which Yuya easily counters, throwing Sho on the ground. Sho is shocked that he was countered this easily, despite being pretty good at boxing. Sho is then told by the producer to leave the area, instructing him to never approach his model ever again, or else he will publish a video recording of this entire scenery that just occurred. Sho exits with his manager without saying a word. The producer thanks Yuya for his intervention, and asks whether he would accept working as a model with his team. Yuya responds by saying that he unfortunately cannot accept this offer, because he feels as though he is not fit to do the job. The producer understands and decides to give Yuya a set of clothing as a reward for his job. Yuya tries to decline, but the producer will not let it happen. We see Miyu staring at the pictures from the photo shoot, while blushing. The producer notices it, and starts teasing her about it while having a laugh at it. The scene switches to the girl in pink hair, Yuya saved from the goblin attack. Her name is Lexia von Arzelia, first princess of the Arzela kingdom. Lexia is seen laying in her bed, unable to get the thought of Yuya out of her head. She gets up and decides to venture into the woods with her knights to find Yuya. When she is in the middle of the forest, numerous goblins launch an assault on them from everywhere. The knights are unfortunately not strong enough to fend them off, and as an elite goblin sneaks behind Lexia to kill her, Yuya appears from behind, slashing the beast into pieces. Yuya disposes of the nearby goblins with ease, after which he rescues the knights, handing them potions he made with vegetables from his garden. The princess then approaches Yuya, and proposes to him to be his wife, to which shocks everyone present with them. The fourth episode begins with Lexia being scolded by her guard, Owen, captain of the Knights of the Arzelia Kingdom, for being so careless with whom she makes contact, making her understand that they know nothing about Yuya. To which she argues that he is always nagging her, telling her what to do and where to go. Yuya interrupts their argument by inviting them into his house to have a proper conversation, since the forest is not a safe place to remain in for long periods of time, to which they agree with. When the guard arrives at Yuya's house, he presents himself and the princess to Yuya, expressing his gratitude for saving everyone's lives. When Yuya introduces himself to them, they appear to find his name strange, since they have never met somebody with a similar name before. Lexia chooses to propose to Yuya once more, asking him to marry her. He politely declines the offer, explaining that everything has happened too quickly. Lexia recognizes this and decides to befriend him instead. She, on the other hand, does not give up, promising to Yuya to make him her spouse. Before they leave, Owen informs Yuya that he has been invited into the kingdom for an audience with the king. Yuya is shocked by this, but agrees nonetheless. Whilst we witness Lexia and her knights depart, we see a strange figure with a mask, inquiring about the assassins sent to take down Lexia and her guards. The stooge informs him that the assassins were attacked by the goblins and killed before reaching the princess. Upset, he orders this one to leave. The figure then removes the mask, vowing vengeance on Lexia for what she has done to him, prompting that she might have accidentally done something to his face, which is why he has a mask on. The scene changes to Yuya, being informed of the chairman's departure from the school to attend business elsewhere. We then see Yuya having a good time studying and hanging out with his new friends. After class, Yuya decides to watch a football game with a classmate named Kaede Kazama. The match consists of two teams, in which one Ryu Igarashi is being part of. Ryu demonstrates an incredible set of athleticism. When Ryu is surrounded by the enemy team, he passes the ball to his teammate named Akira Ichinozi. Akira accidentally kicks the ball directly into Katie's direction, and as the ball is about to hit her, Yuya blocks it by jumping into the air and kicking it into the field's goal. Everyone is at awe at how he could have reacted that fast, as well as moving in a superhuman-like manner. Akira immediately apologizes to the both of them, reassuring them that it was an accident. They understand that he meant no harm, forgiving him, while having a laugh together. Once everyone has returned to their lessons, a group of thugs known as the Red Ogres attacks the school. We find that Yuya's siblings paid them to assault Kaori for looking down on them, instead of allowing them to enter the academy. Yuya is observed hesitant, owing to his dread of reliving his painful memories of being harassed by his siblings and gang members. After snapping out of it, he leaps into the air, entering the field. Yuya dispatches of the thugs in a flash, even taking down their strongest member in mere instants, without much effort. The leader of the Red Ogres is having none of it, and decides to charge at Yuya with his motorbike. Yuya successfully dodges every single one of his strikes, even diverting his focus towards him, causing him to run into the school's steps, collapsing head first and being knocked unconscious. The police is seen arriving a few moments later, taking the assailants with them. The leader of the Red Ogres blames the failure of the attack on Yuya's siblings, so he strangles Yuya's little brother Yuta to the point of almost killing him. Yuya immediately intervenes, knocking the leader out of his feet. Yuya informs his siblings that despite what they have done to him, he will not abandon them, because they are his family. His siblings burst out in tears, kneeling down, begging for forgiveness. Thank you for watching. Please leave a like to the video, and subscribe to my channel. I would really appreciate it a lot. I love you all, and I hope you have an amazing day.